Sup, folks? This is upgrades to FEMA cities and their rates within it for um, commercial and residential construction. So let me see. I set up a design and a formula to where it's like we gotta move people out from the coastal area and bring them up to the mountains. So we're gonna build like a 40 by 30 row homes, right? But they're cabins, so they're about 1 story high. This would be 2 stories. This is 1 story. So everything is 1 story, and they're like row homes. So it's like boom, 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 right? So your address, your neighbor's address, but they're cabins, right? Emergency cabins. So in order to build one, which is 40 feet by 30 feet, that's going to be 10 grand for the contractor, right? So the contractor, they're gonna have a quota of 2 per month. So the contractor, they're responsible for renting their own tools, right? But FEMA is going to pay for all the labor, employees and stuff. And FEMA will pay for the transportation costs of the material. And FEMA will also pay for the cost of the material, so the transportation and the cost of the material. So we got the residential thing set up, right? But now for commercial, what I want to do is I want to set up a rate to build commercial space. There you go. So I'm going to take this square footage, right? Because if you times 40 by 30, you get 1,200 square feet, right? So then you divide 10,000 by that number, and you'll get like a square footage, like a cost per square foot, right? To build it up. So this is what I want to do. All right, now we're going into the dimension of 1,000 square feet, right? So let me see. If we set it at 10,000, right, for 1,000 square feet, right, to like 4,000 square feet, meaning you as a contractor would build up 4,000 square feet worth of commercial space for $10,000, right? So you got 4,000, but commercial space, they vary. You could end up with like a 50,000 square foot commercial space that you got to build. So now, this is just the first 5,000 or 4,000. I'm trying to figure it out. Which math would be easier? So, let's say the owner wanted another. I mean, the commercial business owner using like a 10,000 square foot. So now, me as a contractor that got to build up this 10,000 square foot space, I would get $20,000 in my pocket as a contractor. I don't have to pay employees. I don't have to pay for the transportation costs. I don't have to pay for the fuel. I don't like to get the material there. All I'm doing is being a project manager, managing the building of the commercial space. So if we set it like that, as in FEMA city rates, we have like economic performance for residential and also commercial. And the value, it's still a solid value because you're still making a profit and you can still bank money. And the goal is to knock out as many commercial properties as quickly as possible. So we're going to create a uniform commercial code for FEMA with the financial system so that we could like basically have like consistency with building up these emergency cities. So we don't really have much time, but we could like really get a lot of work done if it's properly managed. And yeah, so if the all right, let's say we start in at 5,000 like square feet is $10,000 for commercial space, and the owner gotta pay for the rental of machinery, because those things are just like, it's like a case by case basis, so you never know when you're going to need a machine. So this is why it's the project manager's operation. So now if we shrink the square footage from 5,000 to 4,000 square foot per $10,000 that FEMA will pay the contractor, that means we're going to be paying some of the costs for the rental by shrinking the square footage and giving a boost to their pockets. So the better number, I guess, would be 4,000 square feet, right, for commercial space. But commercial space, it's going to get built up fully. So it's going to be like a regular building. It's just not going to have a sewage or water line system set up, but they got to set it up for that, you know? So FEMA will provide the costs for like all that stuff. It's just the project managers getting their salary. So the other thing is, for residential, you can build up 2 wooden cabins per month. But this, you're going to have a 1 month quota or deadline. So sometimes you're going to go into the next month and because you have a bigger commercial space to build up. So you could like put your quota for like 3 months on the larger commercial properties. And then you might end up with like a 1 month commercial property quota while somebody else gets a larger contract and they get like a 3 month quota, or like 3 months to process or complete their project built, because we're going to be using lights and sirens and police escorts to get the material to everybody faster. So yeah, this should cut like construction time at least by 1/2 or 2/3. So yeah, this is upgrades to commercial property developments with the new financial systems that's coming online. And that's all I got. Over, out. Gotta go.